All right, so today's upper body day at the gym, whether you're hitting chest, back, arms, shoulders, anything like that. Regardless, you still need to warm up. Warming up is pretty essential. Ideally, you should be doing it for about 5 to 10 minutes before your workout, that is. But yeah, if you don't know what to do and you're just kind of running around like a headless chicken in the gym, this video is perfectly for you. My name's Devian, and today we're going to go over some upper body warm-up routines. Dynamic exercises are really helpful for warming up because they allow you to get the blood rushing, get you all nice and limbered up. Personally, I would start off with a good 5 minutes of cardio. Some good options for cardio, at least, would be the assault bike. That's a personal favorite of mine because it does involve some upper body, as well as the rower. The rower is also very good. If those don't work for you, then the treadmill, honestly, a good 5-minute walk. Anything that gets your body moving, I think, would be the best and ideal way to do it. So when it comes to warming up, you want to start off doing something dynamic rather than static. The reason for that is because static stretches are meant for a cool down. They're meant to be at the end of your workout, where when you're done working out and really destroying your muscle fibers, static stretching actually helps to regain some of that mobility. So it has its uses, it's just not meant for a warm-up. I do see a lot of people doing that and still doing that even, but if you really want to have a proper warm-up, you would actually rather flip the script and do something a little bit more dynamic. So my personal go-to would be windmills. This is what I like to call them. So basically all you're going to do is have your arms out in like a T position, and you're going to make a bunch of circles. You're going to go clockwise, and you can do this. You can start off really small, then eventually try and widen the circles out, make them a little bigger. Don't really swing and use the momentum that much, but you're just swinging your arms in a forward motion like this. And then don't forget to do the other side, so you're also going counterclockwise as well. After doing this a couple times, I like to do about 10 each side. The next exercise that we're gonna do, I just call them hugs or crossovers. All you're doing is opening up your chest and bringing your arms inwards as if like you're giving yourself a hug. Make sure you alternate each side you do it. So I like to do right over left, come back out, then you do left over right, and then you alternate that about 5 or 6 times. Try to think you're really opening your chest as you're doing this, and also spreading out your shoulders and separating your elbows. So for our next exercise, we are going to need a resistance band. First exercise you're going to do with this is you're going to have the band directly in front of you, just like this. Make sure your arms are out, like just kind of how you see them. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to pull the band apart, bring it to your chest, just like that. Try and keep it in line with your elbows, and make sure it hits the same spot every time. That way you'll know you're doing it correctly. You're hitting the same group of muscles each time. So I like to do that about 10 times. So we still have the band. We're going to put it directly over our head, and then you want to pull it down just until it hits where below your mouth is, so around your neckish area. You'll see it's best to do these in a mirror, but again, this is just warming up your back, really separating your shoulders out. The last part, still with the band, we're gonna use these for flies. Now, all you're gonna do is place the band directly behind your back, just like so. Put your hands on the inner part of the loop, that way you have something to grip to. And then all you're doing are just regular chest flies, just like so. Give me about 10 of those, and then you should feel pretty warmed up by now. All right, so this next exercise, you can still use the band for it, or you can also substitute it for a cable. Just keep in mind, if you are gonna do this with a cable, I would make sure the weight is at the very lowest bottom, because again, this is still a warm-up. We're not trying to go for PRs on our rotator cuffs. All you're doing is strengthening your rotator cuff. So in order to do that, you want your arm to be at a 90-degree angle. And when you're doing this in a 90-degree angle, all you're doing is pulling it apart, keeping your shoulder and your elbow in line. And another way to tell that you're doing this right is if your elbow stays in contact with your body the whole time, the whole way through. Now, on the contrary to external rotation, we also have internals, so don't forget about that as well. But yeah, the internal rotation is the exact same way. The only difference is you're standing a little bit farther out, and the tension is going to be greater. So all you're doing is just pulling it into you, just right where you meet your belly button, essentially. So if you want to really double down and make sure that you're doing these correctly, a good way to keep track of it would be grabbing something thin. I like to use like a cloth or something. You know, we have our own cloths, but you're more than welcome to use your own. Or if you have anything that's like really thin that you can just tuck away somewhere. So basically, the reason I'm doing this is because what I like to do is I like to put something just right where my armpit is and just leaving it like this. The reason for that is because when doing these and you notice that your elbow flares out or in, it would normally just drop, just like that, right? That means your elbow is way too far from your body and you have to bring it in just a little bit more. So that's a very good indicator to tell that you're doing these correctly or incorrectly and that you need to adjust your form. So maybe try these out first, and then once you get this comfortable, then you can work your way up to doing it without the cloth or anything just in between your armpit. All right, this pretty much concludes our video for today. If this video helped you out, please be sure to support us down in the comment section down below, or maybe even subscribe. That would be something pretty cool too. I'm Devian. Have a good one.